How much do you trust online school rankings and ratings? You've probably seen our videos where we highlight the top schools based on various sites. But have you noticed how rankings can shift wildly beyond the top 1 or 2 schools? There's a lot of debate about this, especially when it comes to great schools ratings, which many believe need to be revamped. These ratings often reflect the school's socioeconomic and racial diversity rather than the actual effectiveness of the school or its learning environment. For instance, students with IEPs often don't perform well on standardized tests simply because they learn differently. These tests aren't designed to measure that. Similarly, ESL and special education students tend to score lower as well. Take McLean High as an example. It's one of Fairfax County's most highly regarded high schools, with strong ratings on both niche and US News, but it only scores a 6 out of 10 on great schools. The reason? It has an equity rating of just 4 out of 10 due to differences in test scores between white students and low-income or minority students. As a Fairfax County resident, I find that almost laughable, since nearly every parent here would jump at the chance to send their kids to McLean High. With that said, while these websites are a helpful starting point, they shouldn't be your only resource. There are a lot of schools in the middle of those rankings that often get overlooked. Not every student is going to thrive in the most competitive school, and not every family can afford to live in those neighborhoods. In our previous video, we covered Nisha's top 5 high schools in Fairfax County. The average sales price for homes in the area surrounding 4 of those schools is over $1 million. The range for 3 of those 4 was between $1.4 million and $2 million. Considering that Fairfax County's median sales price over the past year is $740,000, it's worth looking into some lesser-known schools that might not top the rankings but still offer great opportunities. The schools I'll discuss today tend to have more socioeconomic diversity, which can influence test scores. You'll find a higher percentage of students receiving free and reduced lunch, as well as more ESL students. However, if your family doesn't fall into those categories, your child's experience and outcomes might be closer to what you'd expect from one of those more highly rated schools. And I have to be honest with you, my boys attend one of the schools we're going to talk about today. I'll share our experience and what I've heard from other parents in the community. Fairfax County has a reputation for strong public schools, and it's hard to find what anyone would call a truly lousy school here. Before we go any further, I am Krystal Walker with Ask a Walker, and you're watching Where to Live in Northern Virginia. If you have any questions about the area, or if you're thinking about relocating, click the link down in the description to schedule a perfect home consultation. We'd be happy to answer your questions and help you find your next home. Let's start with South Lakes High School in Reston. If you search popular local forums, you might find alarmist comments from people warning you not to send your child to South Lakes. Most of this is based on the school's reputation from 15 to 20 years ago, and the warnings often come from parents who've never had children attend South Lakes themselves. But if you were to talk to parents with kids there now, here's what you'll hear. They appreciate the teachers and overall feel their children are challenged and accepted at the school. South Lakes is a moderately sized school with about 2,400 students and offers plenty of activities, clubs, and sports, making it easier for students to find their niche. The school also stands out for its strong STEM classes and clubs. It's home to one of the best international baccalaureate programs in Fairfax County. Even students who don't plan to earn an IB diploma often take a few IB classes. Now, the one downside to IB schools like South Lakes is that they don't offer advanced placement AP courses. That means your child would have to decide between IB and AP. And if they want AP, they'd need to enroll at the nearest school that offers advanced placement. However, this depends on available space and can sometimes lead families to choose between staying at South Lakes or enrolling at a less desirable school. Both programs are excellent, but many find it harder to earn college credit for IB courses compared to AP. Now, South Lakes test scores may be lower than neighboring schools like Oakton and Madison, but much of that comes down to diversity of the student body. The school has a higher percentage of students who aren't native English speakers and who come from lower income families. For context, 41% of South Lakes students are white, 28% are Hispanic, 12% are Black, and 10% are Asian. About 38% of students qualify for free or reduced lunch compared to the county average of 34%. When you focus on students from middle class and upper middle class families, the test scores are stronger. Niche reports that South Lakes has an average SAT score of 1270, and US News reports a 93% graduation rate. If your child is a hard worker who's motivated to succeed, South Lakes could be a great fit. Most students live in Reston, but parts of Vienna and Herndon are also zoned for South Lakes. The average sales price in the South Lake Pyramid is about $820,000, covering a range of housing options. In Herndon, a single family home would start around $650,000 and could go up to maybe $900,000. In Reston, you'll find everything from older garden-style condos to some newer high-rise buildings, as well as older 2-level townhomes priced as low as $400,000 to luxury townhouses priced up to $1.3 million. Throughout Reston, you can find single-family homes ranging from $500,000 to well over $2 million. South Lakes has a lot to offer students who are ready to learn, and it could could be the perfect fit for your family. Next on the list is Hayfield Secondary in Alexandria. While most Hayfield students live in the Alexandria part of Fairfax County, some also come from nearby Lorton. Hayfield is popular with military families thanks to its proximity to Fort Belvoir and the Pentagon. It's a large school that serves both middle and high school students, with about 3,200 total students, with 2,200 of those being high schoolers. One of the things the school does really well is keep the middle schoolers separated from those in high school. However, there have been some issues with bullying and fighting on the middle school side in the past. These incidents have been less frequent recently, and many parents think it was just kids working out some post-COVID aggression, while others attribute it to the school's past leadership. Last school year, we got a new principal, and so far it seems like things are improving. Like other schools in Fairfax County, Hayfield's AP and honor students are serious about their education. Niche reports an average SAT score of about 1,200, and US News reports a 98% graduation rate. Hayfield could be a good fit if your child is focused and involved. One thing parents love about Hayfield is the sense of community. Many students have grown up together. They attended the same elementary schools and played club sports together when they were younger. This strong sense of belonging helps new students feel welcome, which is especially important for military families PCSing in and out of the area. Hayfield is a diverse school with 31% white students, 27% black, 22% Hispanic, and about 12% Asian students, while around 34% of the students qualify for free or reduced meals. The average sales price for homes in a Hayfield pyramid is about $690,000, with most students living in Alexandria's 22315 zip code. Kingstown, one of Fairfax County's largest planned community, is located within this zip code. Townhouses in Kingstown range from just under $500,000 to a little over $800,000, while single-family homes typically start right around the $800,000 price point. Hayfield Farm, a nearby community of single-family homes on larger lots, offers homes priced from as low as $600,000 to up to about $900,000. At that price point of about $700,000, the Hayfield pyramid has plenty of options. Lastly, let's talk about South County High School, located in Lorton, the southernmost part of Fairfax County. South County is one of the newer schools in the area with about 2,200 students. The school offers plenty of honors and AP classes for students who are looking for a more challenging curriculum. Niche reports an average SAT score of about 1,250, which puts students in the top 20% of test takers nationwide. South County also boasts a 98% graduation rate, with many graduates attending schools at some of Virginia's top universities. Parents often praise the school's strong athletics, music, and arts program, along with its solid academics. South County is known for fostering growth, education, and diversity. The school's racial makeup includes 37% white students, 22% black, 18% Asian, and 16% Hispanic. About a quarter of the students at South County qualify for free or reduced lunch, which is lower than the county average of 34%. Students attending South County may live in Lorton, parts of Fairfax Station, or even Springfield. The average home price in the South County pyramid is around $820,000, with most of the homes in the Lorton area being single-family homes. About a third of homes sold in this area are going to be townhouses, ranging from the mid-300s to over $900,000. Fairfax Station and the Mason Neck areas also offer single-family homes, typically starting around the $900,000 price point and going up to about $2 million. Now, I have one final bit of advice for parents. Lots of people generalize based on something they heard or an anecdotal story. Try not to pay attention to that. Many parents in the area have opinions about schools their kids never attended. If you can speak with a parent or teacher from a school, or even search online message boards, reviews, and comments from actual parents and students, that'll be a good start. So there you have it, 3 often overlooked high schools here in Fairfax County. From my experience, most parents feel that while their schools could always improve, they're generally happy with the education their children are getting. We just don't hear many stories about families selling their homes just to get away from their current school. Instead, most people find a community that they like, settle in, and make the most of it. At the end of the day, living in a middle-class neighborhood means your neighbors are also likely middle class too. And that's a good starting point for building community. If you have any insight into these schools, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. And if you're planning to move within these pyramids or anywhere else in Northern Virginia, click the link in the description to fill out the perfect home questionnaire. We'd love to help you with your relocation plans. Until next time, I'm Krystal Walker with Ask a Walker. Thanks for watching.